Hey, Tony Gadsden's here, popping in with another episode of Talks with Tony. Got us an email here. I have not read it, so we reading it together. And for those of y'all don't know, I know a lot of people don't believe that I be reading these emails with you, just because there's no trust in these YouTube streets, and a lot of people be on here lying. But I like this to be fresh because I'm not an actor. So if I have already read it and I've already gone through everything I'm going to say, then it won't be real. Hello, Tony. I hope this email finds you well. I'm a 31-year-old single mother now, and things have been changing rapidly for me lately. My child's father and I met when we were 15 and were on and off due to long distance. But once he moved back to our hometown, we got more steady. He wasn't the relationship type, so we went back and forth till around 2014 and were a couple till 2018. He broke up with me and I was devastated. Things were not perfect, but it wasn't terrible either. He said we argued too much and he felt we grew apart. I agree with that to a certain extent. I believe he didn't fight enough. We continued to live together for 3 years, and I moved states during the pandemic. I knew if I stayed in our state that I would be stuck. While living together, he talked to multiple women and even went on dates. It took me a year to get to this point, but I did talk to an ex during some of this. Of course, this was used against me. Women would come and go, but one in particular stayed and just wouldn't leave. She knew our situation. What he told me, he told her, not sure what's true. But obviously that didn't bother her. He would spend nights with her, leaving me to care for our son, and even be late coming home to get him. Once I finally moved, we agreed to co-parenting and splitting the time with our son. Last year, things got ridiculous. His partner decided to tweet about me and our son, saying something extremely ridiculous, and I told him once he came down for the holidays. On Thanksgiving, she tweeted this: "Now that I'm satisfied he can be with his baby mama and son with my coochie," she spelled coochie, K-E-W, "juice in his beard, I'll never hate on family time. Now that I'm satisfied he can be with his baby mama and son with his juice in his beard, I'll never hate on family time." That is it verbatim. I apologize for the language, but that's what she said. I waited until Christmas to bring this up because I found out after he left from Thanksgiving, and I felt it was a face-to-face discussion. Long story short, he was livid and upset and said she had to go, and he would address it once back home. We get back to our home state because it was his turn to be with our son, and things went bad. He switched up how he felt and said he wanted to continue talking to her, but he would check her. I put all my emotional feelings aside because, of course, we were intimate during all of this, and let him know I didn't want this woman anywhere near our child. I truly believe it takes a different type of crazy to randomly say something like that unprovoked. I've never bad encounter with this woman physically or social media. It also confuses me because after she made that tweet, she was insisting on meeting me and my son. I said no because she's not even his girlfriend. She's just been hanging on all this time. He threw a fit and told me I needed to move on and he can do what he wants and that he wants to live his life. I was hurt because, as I said, things with us had been fine and we had a deal back in my state that he keep things separate and not have her around. So he continued to see her and even leave me and our son at his home while being with her all night. Craziness. I left on MLK Day, and that Wednesday my son told me she was there. I was livid. I called multiple times and he told me once again to move on, let it go, and that he was living his life. He said all of this while she was there. I feel so defeated. Before I left, we were definitely intimate, and we even celebrated his birthday. Why doesn't he see the wrong in this? Not as my child's father, but as a parent. This woman has been nothing but drama the past 3 months, but he just won't let go. But he also won't let go of me. What should I do? I really don't want to meet this woman, but I feel as my son's mother, I need to know who she is since my child's father has brought her into the situation. He claims he told her he knew about the tweet and to chill, not anything about not being around our child, which I feel is fair seeing how she put her foot in her mouth. Her intentions are clearly not good, and she could care less about meeting my son and me. She only wants his dad. I don't want a stranger around my child, nor do I want him giving her responsibilities. He's autistic. Want him giving her responsibility. He's autistic. I feel I have to bow down and let him do him, but since our son is involved, someone has to be the parent in the situation because he's too focused on moving on and living his life. Isn't his child a part of his life? I must add, my son isn't biologically his. Could that be why he's being so reckless? Our contact has been limited due to him not responding, so I make sure to talk to my son. I got him a phone. He's 10. Recently, I even provided groceries for the home, despite him recently spitting in my face. Thanks for listening. Now, I don't know if you mean by literally spitting or, figuratively spitting. And let me see. Yeah, unfortunately, sis, I could tell by that lipstick, and I could tell by that lipstick and them eyelashes that you're a handful too. And I could tell by this man who I thought was I'm real confused because you said my child's father and I met when we were 15, 18, 3 years, lived together for 3 years, 2014, 2018. It's been nice leaving me to care for our son. I'm trying to figure out where a new man came in here. Because then you said at the very end, it's like, I must add, my son isn't biologically his. It's like, that's the first detail. That's what you're supposed to say first. So I'm trying, is this two different men? Is this one man? This all sound like this is one man. Because I never seen, I know you said you talked to your ex. Took me a year to get to this point, but I did talk to an ex during some of this. Of course, that was used against me. And so that was it, but it didn't say you talked to an ex. What I could tell too is it sounds like y'all from the hood. Y'all definitely not from Baldwin Hills. It sounds like y'all from the hood because for him to be with a woman that would tweet that she's okay with him being with his baby mama because he got her, as you spelled it, coochie juice in his beard. That is very, very hood. That's really hood. That's like raised with no parents hood. That's like really hood. But also people say a lot of crazy stuff. It's a lot of 2-parent home women and men who say some crazy stuff on Twitter because it's their alter ego. And they say it because they've had a tweet go viral, or their friend's tweet has gone viral and gotten 50,000 likes or 50,000 retweets. And so to a person living a very normal existence, to get thousands of retweets, it's like it's such a high. So I could tell she has an alter ego on Twitter, because for her to tweet that but then also be saying she really want to meet you and your son, that let me know she got an alter ego on Twitter. But the thing about this is, you saying she's not his girlfriend. She obviously is his girlfriend. He's telling you she's not his girlfriend. You think she's not his girlfriend. She is his girlfriend. She 100% his girlfriend, and she is more of his girlfriend than you are his girlfriend. He is done with you. He is done with you. He has moved on. Now, here is the thing. If this is not his child, then you need to take your child and stop dangling your child as a carrot, as bait for this man. Because I'm not understanding how, once I finally moved, we agreed to co-parenting and splitting the time with our son. On Thanksgiving, she tweeted this: "Now that I'm satisfied he could be with his baby mama and son with my juice in his beard, I'll never hate on family time." That is it, verbatim. So I'm trying to see, like, where in here did another man come in? Did the child father come back in? Or this the man that you talking about, that you saying our son, but then you saying not biologically his? And see, that's the problem. You cannot call a man, you can't say our son if that's not his son. Like this adopted son stuff, this, oh, I'm gonna call you son, you call me dad. No, that ain't, that right there don't work. That very rarely works, especially with an immature man. Especially with a man who would be with a woman who would tweet something like that. That let me know that he trashy. He's with a woman that's trashy, and you sleeping with him. So that mean that you living trashy too. So that mean all of y'all is living trashy. Y'all forgive me now. Forgive me now for not being around the bush. I got to be real with you on here now, because you coming on here, and it's the problem. The problem with adults is we want somebody else to fix their issues, but we don't want to fix ours. The first thing you need to do is you need to stop sleeping with a man that's not your man. You also need to stop sending your son to be with a man that is not his father. And now I don't know where his father is, because you ain't mentioned nothing about his father. I'm assuming his father is who you slept with when it said my child's father and I met when we were 15, and we were off and on due to long distance. But once he moved back to our home, we got more steady. He wasn't a relationship type, so we went back and forth till around 2014, and were a couple till 2018. He broke up with me, and I was devastated. So this a man who never wanted you. This a man who leave you over and over. This a man who did not want to be with you, and this a man that you sleeping with. This a man you keep letting come in and out your life. This a man that you say don't want to let her go and don't want to let you go. It's not that he don't want to let you go, it's that you don't want to let go. You don't want to let go. You fighting for a man so bad because you feel worthless. You feel like you have a child. And I could tell that you listen to the man in the dark, and that you feel worthless because you have a child, and you have an autistic child. So your child has special needs. So you get with this man, and this man is playing father, but the child is not biologically his, but he's stepping up. And what this man is doing is, this guy is like he's like one of those dope boys that give out turkeys on Thanksgiving to the whole hood. He is a people pleaser. This guy's a people pleaser. So he trying to please her. He trying to please you. he's not that guy. Like, he's not a ladies man or the guy who can have any woman, because those type of guys won't. And he kind of could be, but if he is that guy, he doesn't feel it. He doesn't really feel like that guy, because that guy would not be trying to spare your feelings and be nice to you and sleep with you and to be taking care of your 10-year-old son and a 10-year-old autistic son, which is a different thing, because that may take more emotional intelligence from the man, and men already are not the best with kids. And what you have to realize is that a lot of men struggle to love their own child. This man is in custody of partially to a child that's not his. And this is, I feel I have to bow down and let him do him. But since our son, see, you keep saying our son is involved, someone has to be the parent in the situation, because he's too focused on moving on and living his life. Isn't his child a part of his life? I must add, my son isn't biologically his. Could that be why he's being so reckless? You got to be called to this. In order to do this, you got to be called to this. You got to be called to do this, to do this. And I'm going to tell y'all, that's why, that right here, that's why the men in the dark be cussing y'all out. This is exactly why they be cussing y'all out. Like, if you not called to this, you gonna cuss. If you not called to this, you gonna break your laptop. Sister, I need you to think about something now. It's women. Like, where is his daddy? Where's your son daddy? Cause you all this right here. Now you say you talked to an ex in here for a little bit, but you didn't say I talked to the ex, meaning so to me, and based on how she tweet, his girlfriend tweet, and based on him, he sleeping with her and he sleeping with you, I'm assuming your son dad is dead from street violence. Because it sounds like y'all from that type of area. Because it's a lot going on right here. It's a lot going on right here. This do not feel like suburban behavior. And I'm not being, derogatory or anything like that. I'm just saying, when they put us in them ghettos, when they put us in the hood, and they threw fathers in prison for selling the weed or selling the dope that they put in the neighborhood, it left moms to work 2 and 3 jobs, which left daughters at 15 years old, 13 years old, having sex at home because mama at work. And then daughters trying to be grown and don't know nothing about love. And hollering about we off and on from 15 years old when shouldn't even be focused on no man. So, yes, he trying to move on. He trying to let you go, sister. He trying to let you know, like, listen, this not my son. I'm trying to be a good man. I'm trying to save face. I'm trying to, I don't want to just kick little fella to the curb, but I need you to realize and understand, I'm trying to get you to get the backbone to get your son to be 100% for your son and to move on with your life, knowing that I can't chase you, knowing that I can't force you to let me see your son because it is your son, so I can't take you to court. And I need you to be a real woman. I need you to love yourself. I need you to love your son. I need you to stop faking like you care that much about your son, because if you really cared about the other woman that your son is around, you wouldn't even send your son to be around me and this other woman. Because I'm putting in Manglish what the man's saying to you. This Manglish, okay? That's why I'm saying, talking in first person. If you really cared about your son, you would not put your son around another woman that you see is off the chain with a man that is sleeping with both of y'all, that's playing with your mind, playing with her mind, and got your son, who is a special needs child, who is not my biological child. So you don't really care about your son. You using your son to get my attention and to keep my attention and to get me to be with you. And you calling your son my son to try to brain trap me into really believing this is my son, when I know this is not my son, and I want my own son, and I want you to love your son, and I want you to get your backbone, and I want you to go on about your business. And then I'm going to fake like I want to chase you, but then I want you to ignore me, and I want you to let me get some credit for faking like I'm chasing you to make you think that this was real. But also I want you to keep going and to keep ignoring me so you can move on, and so you can meet a real man, so you could get married, and so that your son could meet a new father that's going to be in the home and be married to you, and that's going to love y'all. Because I'm a piece of trash right now, and I don't really want to be with you. I want to be with this woman who tweet about my business and having her sauce in my beard. So that's where I want to be, because it's messy over here, it's sloppy over here, and I'm over here getting this sloppy toppy, and it's over here some new booty. And so I need you to go on with about your life. This is what his actions are saying in Manglish. And this is what you have to hear, sister. And you came to the right place. You came to the right place. I'm glad you wrote me. I'm glad you wrote me. But I'm gonna tell you, I about had to call Dr. Evan in here. I about had to call Dr. Evan in here now. Listen. About made me fire up. This a fake. This a fake for costume. The clothes that Dr. Evan wore is from a New Year's party. It was bought for a New Year's party. So there's real clothes in his closet. That's bought for a New Year's party. Or this for a Great Gatsby party or New Year's party. One of them. So listen, sister. I hate to break it to you like this. And listen, I wanna encourage you. I know this is hard to hear and all that, but sis, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself, and you gotta stop putting your son out there like that. Because too, even though you've been knowing this man for a long time, you don't know this man. You don't know this man. You don't know what this man will do to your son. And I don't know if your son is nonverbal or you know what spectrum of autism your son is on, but you should never put your son in a place like this. You are his mother. You are his caretaker. And you sleeping with this man. And it's just... And now you said that I'm a 31-year-old single mother. And so... I'm reading his email. It all sounds like the same man, because you say you're a single mother, and then the next sentence, my child's father and I met when we were 15, and we were off and on due to long distance. But this all go together. I never see where I see y'all broke up. We continued to live together for 3 years, and I moved states during the pandemic. I knew if I stayed in our state, I would be stuck while living together. He talked to multiple women. It took me a year to get to this point. I did talk to an ex during some of this. Of course, that was used against me. Women would come and go, but one in particular stayed and just wouldn't leave. She knew our situation, but obviously that didn't bother her. He would spend nights with her. Agreed to move. We agreed to co-parent, splitting time with our son. Last year, things got ridiculous. His partner decided to tweet about me and my son, saying something extremely ridiculous, and I told him when he came down for the holidays. So you moved to another state. He come down for the holidays. It sounds like just only for the holidays he coming down. On Thanksgiving, on Christmas. And this is not your son, biological father. And you moved to another state. And you said, I moved to another state because I knew if I stayed, I would be stuck. I knew if I stayed in our state that I would be stuck. You still stuck. So you moved to another state to still be stuck. So this is the thing. You didn't move to another state to get unstuck. You moved to another state thinking that he was going to chase you and move with you and leave the woman that you said came around but will not leave. See, listen. You sent this to the right person and the wrong person. Because I see you. See, y'all got to realize when I be reading this stuff, I've been doing this. I didn't used to be a fashion consultant. This all I've been doing since 22 years old. So I see stuff differently. It's all in the letters. So I use inference. I could read between the lines too. I could read what you're not saying. So the fact that you left, because see, when a woman want to be unstuck, if she moved to another state, that is to cut ties with this man who is not her son's biological father. If that woman allows ties between her son and this man who is not her biological father, she's not going to put her body in the mix. She's not going to be sleeping with this man if she wants to be unstuck. No, you want to be stuck and you want to get plucked. Y'all cursors put a word in my mouth. Y'all need to stop that cursing. You want to be stuck and you want to get plucked. And now he got you sitting there tucked, looking like a duck in a truck. Now see, listen, you played yourself, sister. And now it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. It's time to love yourself. And it's time to use this distance of being in another state. It's time to use this to go on about your business. So he continued to see her and even leave me and our son at his home while being with her all night. See, what she got on her, the woman his girlfriend now, I'm gonna call her what she is. That's his girlfriend. She got a stripper spirit on her. She got a stripper spirit on her. What other type of women men be with all night? Where men be at all night? Strip club. She got a stripper spirit on her, and I would not doubt that she strip or used to strip. I would not doubt it, because for somebody who to be that reckless and tweet what she tweeted about her juice being on his beard, she shot out. She shot out, and what this dummy don't know, the man that you dealing with, send him this video. Forgive him for calling it dummy. Got the man watching the video. I need to be walking in love like Christ. Forgive me. Listen here, brother. Screen record this. Listen here, brother. You need to stop playing these games. Because you're sleeping with this woman over here that tweeted about having her Uchi juice in your beard while you with this woman who you calling the mother of your child, but this child not your child. And so you sleeping with this woman and you sleeping with this woman. You playing the middle of both ends, but what you can't see is that the woman you over here sleeping with, that woman will set you up to get robbed and killed. So while you playing games and while you with these lawless women, while you with these low-life women who don't have no dignity, who don't have no class, you gonna end up losing your life like that. Listen to me, fellas. Y'all out here chasing the booty these women, these type of women that y'all chasing, read the book of Proverbs. Read the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, the Bible been written over 2,000 years ago. And in the book of Proverbs, this woman is in there. Before she could tweet about what she doing, what she putting on your beard. And eventually, while you going to this other woman that you dragging along through the mud, when you go to visit her and her autistic son, who I don't know if what all he realized and all of that, I don't understand. It's different types of autism, and on the spectrum is different things. But we got autism coaches, which, ma'am, what you need to do is go on mymentor.life and hire one of the women that's on there raising autistic sons. They are now life coaches to help moms like you help your child and raise your child and love your child and create safe spaces for your child. And so get on mymentor.life, click find a coach, and then what you do, let me tell y'all how it works. You go on mymentor.life, you click hire a coach or browse coaches. It's going to take you to this page. And if you go on your computer or a laptop, you're going to see it more clear. But at the top, it says click to filter coaches. It's a little blue line. You might miss it, but it's at the top. When you click that, it's a drop-down menu that opens. You got name, service, max fee, gender, coaching medium, language, appointment date. You don't have to fill out all of those. Just go to the service, and then right here, autistic child caretaker coaching. And then you click apply filter. We got 3 coaches. We got Katrina, we got Letitia, and we got Mary. We got 3 coaches, and they also coach on confidence, mindset, dysfunctional family. Letitia coach on dysfunctional family and healing. Letitia might be your coach, but Mary coach on confidence and mindset as well. Katrina coach on confidence and self-love as well. If you a coach or consultant, you could join mymentor.life, start helping people. So listen to me, that's our commercial right there. Mymentor.life. All the coaches on there, y'all see I promote mymentor.life. So when you sign up, you ain't just wasting money just behind my head every day. People coming, they looking at your profile. So you got to make sure your profile in order. So now listen to me. That's what you need to do, sister. You need, and I'm going to start promoting mymentor.life every Talks with Tony. Because y'all need to do the work. You sitting there, you spinning your tires in quicksand. You spinning your tires in quicksand. And you dealing with this man, and you got to realize, a woman who will tweet something like that, I can't trust that kind of woman at all. That woman right there, not only will she have his life taken, that woman will have your life taken. That woman will be doing ungodly things to your 10-year-old son, depending on if he have any type of weakness, wherever he cannot defend himself or speak for himself or understand something or know what's going on at 10 years old. That type of woman will be what she putting on the man beard. I'm gonna stop calling him his father, and that's what you need to stop doing, because it's sending you into a delusional space. And you calling this man your son father, and that's not your son father. And what you have to realize, as men, it take us a couple years to love our own child. Just the way we raise and the way the world has treated us as men, men don't fall in love with our own child. Especially black men who come from the ghetto, who come from the hood. And even if we lived in the suburbs, if we had a hood mentality, it's so much trauma in a black man's life that it's hard for a black man to love his biological child. And unless your son father is in the grave, then that would prove that even truer. That would make that even more true. Now, if he has passed away, then it's like, okay, but where is your son's father? Now, if he is alive, then you really have to ask, well, how can I expect this man who is not his father to really love, protect, and provide for him when his actual father was not there for him or is not there for him? Now, if his father, his son, your son's father has passed away, that's a different story, and that's why this guy stepped in. But see, I could tell by just your little picture, I could tell that you have a spirit on you. It looked like that's a nose ring. It looked like that's a nose ring. And if that's a nose ring and a beauty mole on top left above you, top right there, and a beauty mole right there with a nose ring with them lashes that come out the here and the lips, but your lips look natural. It don't look like you going to get them blowed up, but your lips is what a lot of white women trying to pay for. And listen, if you're a white woman on here, stop doing your lips like that. Stop doing your lips like that. Listen. I know I'm married to a black woman, but I'm gonna just tell y'all white women, stop. If God intended for y'all to have lips like certain types of black women from certain parts of Africa, he would have gave y'all that. God did not give y'all that. Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Y'all is walking around out here, I don't know who, and I don't know why people not telling y'all, please go get that stuff dissolved, and hopefully your lip skin is not too stretched out and it won't be flapping. Get that stuff dissolved and wear your lips, sister. And it's black women and white women. And if you're gonna go get some filler in there, tell the person a natural look. When you get lip filler, nobody should be able to tell you got lip filler. It need to be natural. If you come around here with somebody else's lips on your face, you have done too much, okay? And I know this ain't what the letter about, but I'm looking at this sister here and I can see the spirit on you, sister. And so, and y'all sound like y'all from New Orleans, where it's a little bit of voodoo at. And this right here, and your picture look like you dabble in the spirits. And see, and the reason, and I know you're not of my spirit because you could not discern my spirit, and that's why you wrote this in and thought that you wouldn't get seen. But I see you, and I see you clearly. But had you understood my spirit, you knew I would have been able to see you clearly. So that's what you got to realize now. Unless you left a line out in here, unless you left a sentence out in here, but you ain't leave nothing out, because you talking about this man and this woman and what all he doing and all of that. And you say, why doesn't he see what you said? Before I left, we were deaf, intimate, and we even celebrated his birthday. Why doesn't he see the wrong in this? Not as my child's father, but as a parent. This woman has been nothing but drama the past 3 months, but he just won't let go. But he also won't let go of me. What should I do? You should let go of him. He's not holding you. You staying. Let's be clear. He is not holding you. You are staying. You are choosing this drama. This drama did not choose you. If this was your son's father, the drama chose you. This is not your son's father. You chose the drama. That's what you have to understand. So now when you understand that this is your choosing and this is your doing, and you sleeping with him, so he is not a parent unless he has kids of his own, which it don't sound like he do. He is not a parent. This is just a man. You are a parent. And you say, not as my child's father, but as a parent, you not acting like a parent. You worse than he is, because this not his child. This your child you putting in this situation. So he volunteering to be a bonus dad. This is your child you putting in this situation. Listen, sis, you got to feel this. You got to feel this. Now, listen, y'all understand something. This is what I try to help y'all understand. This right here could make somebody cry. This right here could make that woman cry, and I'm not even cursing at her. So now do you understand how toxic it is with these men in the dark? To be speaking a tough truth sometimes, because not everything these men say in the dark is a lie. But it's also how you say it, it's also why you say it, and it's where you saying it from. That's what really matters. And that's what y'all got to understand, and that's why it's this duality out there. You got men speaking from love, and you got men speaking from hate. You got men who trying to help you, and you got men who trying to destroy you. So you see what I'm saying? So you got to feel this, and you got to feel a sense of self-love, not self-hate. You got to start loving yourself, and you got to stop chasing this man, and you got to stop letting this man feel like he has a say-so in your life, and you got to move on with your life. You have got to move on with your life, sister. And your children are resilient. Children are resilient. And your son, he will get over this man. He don't even see him enough. He see him on Thanksgiving and Christmas, sound like. So it's not like he see him all the time. He will heal. And he 10 years old. And so he's going to heal. And he will grow if you are 100% of a mother. See, right now you being 50% of a mother. If you 100% of a mother and you protecting and you providing, then your son gonna be just fine. Your son gonna be just, it's not his son. Your son is gonna be just fine. But you got to love you. You got to work on you. You got to cut this loose and you got to move on. But see, you're telling yourself that you're never going to meet a man who's going to love you and your son the way this man has perceivably loved you and your son, when this man has never loved you and your son. Because if he loved you and your son, he wouldn't have left y'all. He lusted after you because you got a spirit on you. His spirit was drawn to your spirit. Now, this woman that he's with now, her spirit is a mutation of your spirit. Her spirit is a darker version of your spirit. So that's why he has now conquered your spirit, and he has graduated from your spirit to her spirit. This man wants filth. This man, and you weren't filthy enough for him. This man wants to be devoured. This man wants the woman in Proverbs, in I think it's like chapter 5, not Proverbs 31. He don't want a Proverbs 31 woman. This man want a woman at the beginning of Proverbs that wait in the street to sift men like wheat, that invite men into her place and got her perfumes and smelling good, put that thing on them, then rob them and slit their throat. That is the type of woman that he want. Send him this video too. He want a woman that is filthy. He want a woman that is nasty. He want a woman that's finna be tossing salads, that's finna to be swallowing, that's fixing to be doing everything under the sun. That's what he want. He doesn't want a wife. He don't want a real woman. You said at the beginning he wasn't a relationship type. He wasn't a relationship type at 15. So how you expect him to be the relationship type at 31? You say, I'm a 31-year-old single mom. So I'm guessing he around your age. If he wasn't a relationship type as a teenage boy, how you expect him to be the relationship type as a grown, musky man? This man don't want you. This man don't want your son. This man want filthiness. And that's why he with that woman who tweet the way she tweet. That's what you got to understand. That is what you got to understand. And I'm going to tell you something else about that woman. The only reason why she tweet the way she tweet, because he make her feel comfortable to do it. He has ran your name in the ground so bad. He done made you look so crazy and so deranged to this woman. That's why she tweet the way she tweet too. Because women want a man A woman want a man. A woman not going to do something that's going to deliberately tick off her man. That's going to drive her man away. That's going to run her man off. A woman is not going to do that. A woman going to do what she feel authorized to do under her man, because she want to be married. She want a husband. She want a man. She want kids of her own, and she want her man to take care of the kids that she have for him and with him. So she doing and speaking on you and toward you and about you based on what he told her, because she don't know you from a can of paint. So what you got to realize is you sleeping with the enemy. This man not your friend. This man don't love you. This man bashing you. This man has told this woman that you is a horrible mom, that you is trashy, that you lost, you deranged, you psycho, and that you will have his life taken if you don't be there for your son that he sees as his son, and he is using you and your son to make him look like a good man. He getting your son for the holidays to leave your son with this woman to make him look like a good man, because this woman is saying, I got a man who is willing to step up and be man enough for a autistic child who is not even his, because she know that autism would be classified or could be classified as a special needs child. So she knows or assumes that it is requiring more of him to be there for your son than if your son did not have autism, which an autistic child technically could be easier to deal with than some children without autism, because some children just raised in such a way that they could be just completely just out there, and an autistic child can be well behaved and learn routines, and a mother, a father. I know a couple coaches that I work with, basketball coaches, who they have autistic sons, and they managing it. They're not stressed out. They work in a high stress job, and it's still manageable. So they've gotten to that place. So your son could be easier than a lot of kids out there that's being raised, but the woman, she not gonna look at it like that, because that's not her son. So she's gonna definitely label your son as a special needs son, whether it be appropriate or not. She's gonna talk about your son, and she's gonna talk about you in the salon, and she telling people that she got a man that's taking care of a child that's not his. And that is making that guata that she put on him, that's making that guata 10 times better. She wearing that man out. She putting that thing on him because a woman want a good man. She acting trashy. I ain't gonna call the child of the Lord trashy. She acting trashy. Key word. She acting trashy with the tweets she's sending out. She's talking about, I'll never hate on family time. So either she has accepted that he calling your son his son, or he hasn't told her that your son is not his son, so that he has a reason and an excuse to see you. And he is lost. He is hurting. He is confused. He is not a man. He is a grown boy. And that's why he want to keep you around, because it's making him feel like somebody. It's making him feel wanted. It's making him feel needed. He get to feel like a kingpin. He think he one of these rappers because he's sleeping with her and he's sleeping with you. He getting sloppy top from her, and then he coming and sticking that in you. You doing what you doing, and he going and sticking that in her. He think he Don Julio. He think he Bishop Don Juan. He think he Kingpin. You hear me? He think he the man. That's what this man thinking. And that's why he dragging you through the mud like this. He don't bit more care for you or your child, because If he really cared for you, he wouldn't be putting you through this trauma, because he knows that you need to be 100 for your son. But he got you at 50 for your son because he don't care about none of y'all. He care about his brokenness. He care about using y'all as band-aids and neosporin for his cuts, for his wounds, for his childhood abandonment, for his daddy wounds, for his mommy wounds, for him getting beat up in school. Whatever he went through could have got touched as a youngin'. Whatever he went through, he using y'all for that balm, for the soothing balm. That's what he using y'all for. And he don't care about what y'all go through. He don't care about how y'all feel, because both of y'all fighting over him. So that make him lose respect for women. He's like, so he's like, why should I respect and care for these women when they don't respect and care for themselves? That's what these type of men gonna tell themselves. And you cannot blame them, because you a grown, musky woman. And when I say musky, meaning you old enough to smell. You 31 years old. You 31 years old. You're a full grown woman. And you doing this right here. How you going to expect this man to want you and to respect you when you putting your son in harm's way? When you not loving and respecting yourself? A man will treat you based on how he see you treat yourself. So here this man don't have to live with you, don't have to be with you, can have a whole nother woman tell you about this other woman. You see the woman is trashy. You telling him about the woman tweets, which sound like he could be a dope boy. And that's why he ain't got Twitter and following the woman on Twitter. So he don't even know what she posting. So the woman playing him like Boo Boo the Fool because he ain't got Twitter and don't follow her Twitter. So she said what she want to say. She doing it for her alter ego for those people. You know all of this and you still sleeping with him. When you know this woman could be shot out and you sleeping with him. This woman could have any kind of disease in the books and you sleeping with him. So what type of message does that send him about you? You see what I'm saying? Hey, I just thought about my Patreon supporters. Thank y'all for being over there on Patreon, for supporting me in this here work. And I got to create more scripted content, more reality content. And for y'all, for that support y'all giving me over there on Patreon. I really appreciate that. And don't sign up for Patreon till the first of the month, unless you can afford it, because it'll charge you today, and then so whatever level you sign up to support on, it'll charge you that fee today, and it'll charge you again on the first, and then it'll charge you just on the first going forward. But you will have gotten those two charges within that 2 week period. So if it's not in the budget and you want to support on Patreon, wait till the first of the month, because then you'll just get charged on the first of every month going forward. But with that support from Patreon, I'm gonna be creating stuff to depict this stuff right here, to depict this stuff so y'all could see y'all self. And this right here need to be an episode. Titles was based on Talks with Tony. When I talk to the writer, to the director, I say, which is the same person, I say I want it based on Talks with Tony. And that's why when y'all was watching titles, it was triggering, but you felt like you could see yourself if you've ever been through it, because it was based on the type of letters that I get. So although it seemed like this is crazy, why she doing this, why she putting up with this, why they going this is what y'all be writing in. Like, this what y'all be doing. And we got to do better. And it ain't meant for everybody to do right, and that's why I'm not viral. That's why I'm not going viral, because it's not meant for everybody to use their common sense. It's not meant. God created good, God created evil. Read the Bible. It tell you he created both for his good. And so everybody, that's why I say many are called, few are chosen. It's not meant for everybody to get it. Everybody won't get it. It's like the world will not be balanced if everybody start living and doing right. The world won't be balanced. It's always going to be bad choices. It's always going to be weakness in the world. It's always going to be ignorance in the world. It's always going to be crime. It's always going to be hate. It's always going to be sin. That's how the world is created. And so you got to understand that God allowed that because it gives humans choice. You have a choice to play the fool or to heal and grow. You have a choice. God not going to force your hand. Nobody can force your hand. I can't force your hand. You have a choice to play the fool or to grow. To grow might mean you have to be lonely for a little bit. It may mean you have to be alone. It may mean you got to sacrifice. It may mean you don't get no orgasm. It may mean you ain't got no penile inserted in you. It may mean you don't have the caress and the hug of a man. But what it's going to mean is that you're getting wiser and you're growing, you're learning, you're healing. And when you get to where you need to be, you're going to attract who you need, who you deserve. But this right here, right now, is what you deserve because you playing in the mud with him. You're not above him. You're not better than him. You doing, and you actually doing worse than him because this your child, not his child. So you got to accept even more responsibility. And listen, y'all got to start listening and not just watching for entertainment. You got to get the message. Come on now. Hey, God bless you. I'm praying for your sister and everybody who in a situation like this because she's not the only one. So a lot of y'all getting this long distance D put on you on the holidays from a bum, from a man that you shouldn't even be conversing with. A lot of y'all in this right here. She ain't the only one. And that's why she felt comfortable writing in, because it don't even feel abnormal. Because she ain't the only one. And she talking about, oh, he changed. No, sister, you changed. You're not growing. You're not learning. Hey, God bless you. I got to go get me a workout in. God bless y'all. This will be posted on the lunch break after my workout if I get to shoot another one of these. I'm tired right now. I need this little bite to eat. After my workout, if I get to shoot another one of these, then I'll post it for later tonight. Because this is my work right now. I'm not doing one-on-one sessions right now. This is my work right now. So as many of these I could get done, I'm going to get done. And so y'all just be ready for these here videos going up. Typically, I try to do noon and 9 p.m. Hit 2 different time zones. Different people could catch it. And if you miss them one day, always check the date from the day before to see what you missed. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. Again, thank you so much to my patrons, to the Blessed Tribe, to the Business Tribe, to all y'all that support it. It means the most to me. It means more than you know. And also, TonyGaskAcademy.com. When you go there, if you went a couple days ago or last week, when you go to TonyGaskAcademy.com, you're going to be surprised because there's some better prices on there. I did a little tweaking. Speaking of, let me change I did a little tweaking. And so going on there and you're going to see that. Actually, I'm going to leave it. And better prices. So for those aspiring coaches that you want to get your training so that you could join mymentor.life and start helping people in your free time and your off time from work, then going on to TonyGaskAcademy.com. You're going to see the life coach certification. It is at a special price right now. I can't tell you if it's going to stay there or how long it's going to be there. I just move with the spirit. When the spirit say do this price, do that price, and try this, try that. And so it's there right now. It's at a special price. I'm going to tell you right now, it might be time. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.